Credit repair cannot compare with the litigation skill. It is not me fixing the consumer profile. I am walking you through it. You are going to learn how to file, enforce, and monitor on your own, which is filmed. File, enforce, and monitor is you sending off these USPS envelopes, priority mail, and you preserving a record. Documentation beats conversation. You don't do certified mail because you're not making direct contact. We're going to use USPS priority mail, okay, because it triggers the timeline. A debt collector has 30 days to respond. A prosecutor has 14 days to respond, or else it is a non-response and you escalate. When you escalate, you go to the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Once you send these off, you're going to get a receipt with the expected delivery date and a tracking number. On that expected delivery date, you will go to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and file you an electronic complaint. You will go to Google and make you a consumer portal. Everybody in the world should have a consumer portal. Everybody in America should definitely have a consumer portal. It's because America is the only country that tracks your whole consumer profile. They track everything from names, addresses, phone numbers, places of employment, collections, late payments, charge-offs, all derogatory marks. They track everything, okay? Everything. Your utilization, everything. Once you file through CFPB, you sit back for 30 to 60 days and you wait for your results. Whatever falls off, good. Whatever doesn't fall off, you go back and you do it again. And then you go back and you do it again. And then you go back and you do it again. That is why credit repair tries to charge you for rounds. That is what they call rounds when you actually rinse and repeat. In legal defense, they teach you to rinse and repeat your consumer profile, not credit repair rounds. So, the reason we're here this afternoon is to speak about fraud prevention, right? A lot of people don't realize that these people are running around acting like they're coaches, faking a skill. I don't know if we ever seen the movie Catch Me If You Can, but that's what's going on in America right now. A lot of people are playing the role of Catch Me If You Can. That's what this is. People are faking a skill, acting like they're credit repair specialists, acting like they're consumer law people, acting like they're business experts that could get you funding, acting like they have banking relationships. Should you even have people acting like they're lawyers, YouTube lawyers? People are faking these skills. You have to verify people's skills, make sure they're certified in consumer law and legal defense at least. Make sure that they're practicing through some type of law program. If they are running a business and they claim to make sales, check and see that they're running a successful business. See if they have a TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If they claim to rent out cars, see if they have a car on Turo. If they claim to have an Airbnb unit, see if they're hosting. If they don't have a hosting account, you don't have to have a car or a property to host, but make sure they at least have hosting accounts to where they are applying this information that they claim that they have. People should be applying these things. Seeing is believing. My grandmother used to teach me that. People can't show you these things because they're not doing. Okay. Now, what we're here to speak about this evening is deceptive business practices, which a lot of these people are practicing. Fraud prevention, protect yourself, your family, and your business. Identity theft, never give out your social security number unless it's truly necessary. Protect your birth certificate, driver's license, passport, and tax documents. Shred sensitive paperwork before throwing it away. Freeze your credit when appropriate to reduce the risk of unauthorized credit accounts. Bank account and check fraud. Keep your routing and account numbers private. Don't post pictures of checks online. Monitor your bank account regularly for unauthorized transactions. Use secure methods to send or receive payments. Okay? Phone and text scams. Be cautious of callers claiming to be from the IRS, Social Security Administration, or your bank. Government agencies generally don't demand immediate payment over the phone. Never provide password or one-time verification codes to someone who contacts you unexpectedly. Email, phishing scams. Don't click suspicious links. Verify the sender's email address. Watch for poor grammar, urgent demands, or requests for sensitive information. Watch for poor grammar, urgent demand, or requests for sensitive information, especially the poor grammar. These people do not know how to present themselves and they don't have the skill. So you will catch them in a lie, especially with the grammar. They don't speak it fluently. I speak this shit so fluent because I do it so much. Repetition is the father of learning and being strategic is the mother of math. Okay, sorry about that. My headphone was dying. I had to take my headphone out. My microphone out. Apologize. Now, online shopping and marketplace fraud. Research businesses before sending money. Be cautious if a seller insists on unusual payment methods or asks you to act immediately. Read reviews from multiple sources. Business fraud. Verify invoices before paying them. Confirm changes to payment instructions by contacting the company through a trusted phone number. Watch for fake vendor or payroll scams. Number 7, check washing and mail theft. Mail checks from secure locations rather than leaving them in an unsecure mailbox. Use permanent ink when writing checks. Review clear checks in your bank account for alteration. Charity and disaster scams. Verify charities before donating. Be cautious of emotional appeals that pressure you to send money immediately. Invest in financial scams. Be skeptical of promises of guaranteed returns or risk-free investments. Research companies and investment professionals before investing. Protect your business. Use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Train employees to recognize phishing and social engineering. Regularly back up important business records. Once again, as y'all know, I always have my son with me 24/7. I do this all day. I run my business. I practice law. I'm actively practicing through the law office study program right now. I take an exam every week, every Friday. I practice under a supervising attorney. The LII is the Legal Information Institute, where you could go and get this information. It has been open since 1992. The LOSP has been open since the 1700s, where anybody could go take a bar exam without you having a Juris Doctor's degree, okay? Anybody. It's 4 states: California, Washington, Virginia, and Vermont. Now, are you tired of coaching scams? Credit coaching scams, business coaching scams, life coaching scams in general. Don't be fooled. Most people are not verified. They have no experience in the field they're in. No credentials, no proof. Big talk with nothing to back it up. Fake flex, false promises. They show a lifestyle, not a track record. Applying unlawful activities and loopholes. Okay? Verify the skill, verify the credentials, make sure they're verified, make sure they're certified. Demand credentials and proof. Experience matters. Utilize law, not loopholes. Make them show you, okay? Don't just listen, make them show you. Coaching and mentorship scams. Last but not least, this is what I was here to speak about. Okay, be aware that not every coach or mentor is a scammer, but consumers should know how to spot red flags. I personally don't believe in coaching. I was a star athlete growing up and I never listened to the coach. The coach can guide you and give you information, but you have to get out there on that basketball court and apply it and put the ball in the basket. It's just that simple. That's why it's called an expertise, because you need the experience. Now, I personally don't believe in coaching. I believe in being someone's GPS system. Information needs to be directed and applied for results. Information needs application. I could be your GPS system, but you have to drive to the destination. Information needs application, but you have to drive to the destination. Okay? Warning signs. Guarantees of becoming rich quickly or making guaranteed income. Pressure to pay immediately because an offer is ending today. Claims of secret methods that no one else knows. No written agreement explaining what's included. No clear refund policy if one is offered. Testimonials that can't be verified. Refusal to answer reasonable questions before payment. Okay? You have to know how to spot these things. Legal literacy and financial fundamental literacy is America's hidden crisis. The skills that build freedom are litigation skills. Know your rights, protect your future. Legal literacy, understand the law, stand up for yourself. Financial literacy, understand money, build generational wealth. Okay? The distractions that keep us stuck is endless entertainment. Consumes time, creates distractions. Temporary pleasure avoids growth and delays your purpose. Social media overload steals focus and it drains your potential. We have to stop putting stop putting entertainment over education. You got to put education over entertainment and apply. Like I said, there are 400 people on the Forbes 400 list that are richer than all 48.3 to 50 million African Americans in America, including the rich. Our buying power is real. We have 2.1 trillion in annual buying power. It went from 600 billion in the early 2000s to over 2 trillion today. Our economic influence as the African American community continues to grow. But we don't know this. Gross domestic production, GDP, goods and services, we're the reason that they grow. Yes, America is big with other races, but the African American race is one of the main reasons that goods and services stay on track or stay in rotation. Goods and services run America. GDP is worth $28 trillion every year, $116 trillion to $120 trillion every 4 years. Got to become self-reliant. Now, consumer law and legal literacy is America's hidden education crisis. This is presented by Jordan Laster. Most Americans spend 12 years in school but never learn how credit reports, debt collection, contracts, lawsuits, consumer rights, or financial laws work. The key question: how can citizens protect their rights if they were never taught them? The consumer debt crisis. Consumer debt in America. Americans owe trillions of dollars in consumer debt. Credit card debt alone exceeds $1 trillion. Millions of Americans have medical debt, student loans, and auto loans, and personal loans. Okay? Many consumers do not understand credit reporting, debt collection laws, interest calculations, consumer protection rights, dispute procedures. And my discussion point is that people are expected to navigate a complex financial system with little or no formal education, which is a problem. Slide 3 is legal literacy gap. What Americans are not taught. Schools commonly teach algebra, geometry, history, science. Schools rarely teach consumer protection laws, credit reporting laws, debt collection laws, contract law basics, litigation skills, court procedures, evidence documentation. Discussion point is many adults encounter contracts, lawsuits, collections, and credit reporting issues before they ever learn their legal rights. Slide 4, why litigation skills matter. The cost of not knowing. Without legal literacy, consumers may miss court deadlines, fail to respond to lawsuits, lose default judgments, pay debts without validation, accept inaccurate credit reporting, sign unfavorable contracts, miss opportunities to file complaints or appeals. The key message: the ability to document evidence, write complaints, understand procedures, and communicate effectively can impact a family's finances for decades. People have to know this, bro. Comparing education versus real life needs. What people face after graduation. Adult responsibilities, housing contracts, employment agreements, credit cards, student loans, auto financing, insurance policies, taxes, consumer disputes, court proceedings. The question: why do we require years of education in subjects many people never use, but provide little instructions on legal and financial systems nearly every adult will encounter? Think about it. They do that intentionally so we won't have the information. And the people that do have the information, they never bring it back to our community. This is why this is hidden information. Even out of 100% of attorneys, there are only 5% of attorneys that have ever been black and that are black right now. Solutions. Building a more legally literate society. Recommendations. Consumer law education in high school. Financial literacy. This is our solutions. These are our solutions. Consumer law education in high school. Financial literacy expansion. I teach my son consumer law education now, the basics. But of course it needs to be taught before we even leave high school. Everybody in the world is recognized as a consumer. Even in China they have consumer protection laws. In America there are 13 core federal chapters and 28 key sections. Financial literacy expansion. Basic contract education, credit reporting education, court procedure fundamentals, consumer rights workshops, community legal literacy programs. Final statement: a legal literate population is more financially secure, less vulnerable to fraud, and better equipped to participate in the justice system. Consumer education is not about avoiding responsibility. It is about understanding rights, responsibilities, and informed decision making. Once again, my name is Jordan Laster. Hopefully everybody uses this information. This is a fraud prevention class that I came and gave this morning to teach you certain tactics that they use to reel you in for internet sales. Make sure you verify the skill. I am helping every American. Credit repair cannot compare with the litigation skill. It is not me fixing the consumer profile. I am walking you through it. You are going to learn how to file, enforce, and monitor on your own, which is filmed. File, enforce, and monitor is you sending off these USPS envelopes, priority mail, and you preserving a record. Documentation beats conversation. You don't do certified mail because you're not making direct contact. We're going to use USPS priority mail, okay, because it triggers the timeline. A debt collector has 30 days to respond. A prosecutor has 14 days to respond, or else it is a non-response and you escalate. When you escalate, you go to the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Once you send these off, you're going to get a receipt with the expected delivery date and a tracking number. On that expected delivery date, you will go to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and file you an electronic complaint. You will go to Google and make you a consumer portal. Everybody in the world should have a consumer portal. Everybody in America should definitely have a consumer portal. It's because America is the only country that tracks your whole consumer profile. They track everything from names, addresses, phone numbers, places of employment, collections, late payments, charge-offs, all derogatory marks. They track everything, okay? Everything. Your utilization, everything. Once you filed your CFPB, you sit back for 30 to 60 days and you wait for your results. Whatever falls off, good. Whatever doesn't fall off, you go back and you do it again. And then you go back and you do it again. And then you go back and you do it again. That is why credit repair tries to charge you for rounds. That is what they call rounds when you actually rinse and repeat. In legal defense, they teach you to rinse and repeat your consumer profile, not credit repair rounds. Now, once again, my name is Jordan Laster. Hopefully everybody utilizes this information. This is more than credit repair. This is a skill transfer and income creation. This is architecture. This is self-reliance. No middleman needed. I am going to transfer the skill to you. You will not need me after this. If you continue to stay in my community for further services or any other services and information that I have, you are more than welcome to. But for this one skill that I provide, you will not need me anymore. You will know how to do this yourself. I also give you 30 days after I give you a walkthrough or help you with anything that you purchase of my products or services. I give you an extra 30 days to see if you would like to join the community and go utilize more information. Okay? You will cancel credit repair out of your life, funding coaches, life coaches out of your life with these litigation skills that I'm transferring to people. BoringGuilty5 is my email. BoringGuilty5@gmail.com is my email. Stan.store is my link. stan.store / wealtharchitecture. Consumer law conditioning is basically what this is. You cannot do this one time. This is a monthly formula. This is a monthly formula. You should be doing this at least once a month. Consumer law is the basement to all law. You have consumer law, civil law, constitutional law, contract law, case law, criminal law, family law, business law, administrative procedure, jurisdiction, Article 3, torts, contracts. It is not appellate court, objections. It is not just the FCRA. This is a whole system that people need to understand, okay? Law and finance go together like salt and pepper. You will not get rich overnight, but this information will change your situation and you will start to buy your time back. That's the most important thing of this whole system, is you building a system inside of America's system that gives you your time back, because they're trying to slave you. You want to buy your time back. Build your own system inside of America's system. Once again, my name is Jordan Laster. This is consumer law conditioning, litigation, wealth architecture. Y'all have a good evening. Hopefully everybody applies this information. Information changes your conversation and changes your situation, especially your financial situation, any situation in life.